Hey everyone, welcome back to RacquetGuys. Today we're going to be comparing two heavyweights, the Yonex VCORE Pro 97H and the Wilson RF97 v13. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep up with all our latest content. Let's get started. The VCORE Pro 97H and the RF97 v13 are two of the heaviest rackets on the market right now and are both geared towards more advanced players who are looking for stability, control, and feel. The VCORE Pro 97H weighs in at 12.2 ounces strung, while the RF97 has a strung weight of 12.6 ounces. While the RF97 is heavier, it also has a more headlight balance of 9 points headlight against the 7 points headlight of the VCORE Pro. This difference in balance helps contribute to both having similar swing weights of 333 for the RF97 and 334 for the VCORE Pro. One major difference between the VCORE Pro and the RF97 is the change in technology through the years. While Wilson has changed the cosmetic multiple times during the life of the RF97, they have yet to change the actual construction of the frame. The RF97 has a braided graphite construction, a thin beam, and a PWS system of the Pro Steps of the past. The VCORE Pro, on the other hand, has been updated quite a few times. This current iteration of the VCORE Pro is updated for improved feel and comfort with an addition of flex force and flex fuse, as well as a new frame geometry for more effective flexing of the frame on impact. I really enjoyed hitting with both the VCORE Pro 97H and the RF97. Having used the Tour G330 in the past as my racket of choice, and because I currently use the VCORE Pro 97, I was expecting to like the VCORE Pro 97H a lot more than the RF97. On forehands, I actually found I liked the RF97 a bit more. The slightly more headlight balance made me feel like I could control the head through the swing a bit more, and that made me feel like I had a few more options on the forehand side that I found I just didn't quite have with the VCORE Pro. On backhands though, I prefer the VCORE Pro quite a bit more. One of my tendencies on my backhand is to get a little too handsy, and when I'm playing with rackets that are more headlight, I tend to miss-hit and mistime my backhand a lot more. With the VCORE Pro, it's not quite as headlight as the RF97, and so it felt a bit smoother through the swing, especially off the backhand. At net, I found the volleys were a bit of a wash for me. I like them both at the net quite a bit. They're both extremely stable, and they both make hitting deep, penetrating volleys really easy. The only sort of difference here is the slightly more flexible RA of the VCORE Pro. Because it's a bit more flexible, some players you might feel that it's not quite as accurate, but in my case, I really didn't feel that at all and I had no issues. For me, also on serve, it was very close. If anything, maybe I liked the RF97 a bit more because of that more headlight balance, but it was really, really close and I don't really see any faults that I could pick out of either of them here. Overall, I really enjoyed hitting with both of them. I have demoed the RF97 in the past, so I had a bit of an expectation of how it would play for me, but I'm still a bit surprised that I enjoyed it nearly as much as the VCORE Pro. While I am more accustomed definitely to the feel and the swing of the VCORE Pro, I actually would say overall that I like the RF97 just a little bit more.
After hitting with both the Yonex VCORE Pro 97H and the Wilson RF97, I was really pleased with how these two frames played. When it came to ground strokes, this is where I found that these two rackets differed the most. When hitting my forehand, I found that the RF97 really gave me the ability to be aggressive, to flatten out some shots, while still being able to hit the high-rising balls that I love, while the VCORE Pro, providing me more pop, made it a little bit harder to control when fully swinging out, but it did offer me a more forgiving string bed upon impact. While hitting backhands, you can really feel that the RF97 was designed for players with a one-handed backhand. The way that I felt the Pro Staff glide through the air and maintaining great stability on my backhand slice is probably unmatched. I can only imagine how it feels hitting a full-out ground stroke with this particular frame. The VCORE Pro, on the other hand, offered slightly a more head-heavy balance, which did give the frame just a little bit extra plow-through, which I felt the RF97 was missing for me on my backhand. Serve and volleying with these two frames felt amazing. They are both very stable and maneuverable frames due to the high static and headlight balance. Where I found that these two frames differ is when it came down to serving. With the RF97 offering more control, I had the confidence to really go for bigger, flatter first serves. While the VCORE Pro, I found that the energy return that this frame provides just made my first serves just a little bit more effortless. I did have some trouble adjusting to my spots, but I can really see the potential that this frame has once I'm fully dialed in. Having to choose between the two, I would personally have to go with the Yonex VCORE Pro 97H. It just offers me everything that the RF97 does, but just with a little bit more power, especially due to the fact that the frame suits my two-handed a lot more than the Pro Staff.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about either the VCORE Pro 97H or the Pro Staff RF97 v13, or if you have suggestions of other rackets that you would like to see us take a look at, please let us know down in the comments below. As always, the Yonex VCORE Pro 97H and the Wilson Pro Staff RF97 v13 are available on RacquetGuys.com. Thanks again. See you next time.